Meg Whitman, who will be acting as the Chief Executive Officer of Quibi. She's on with us on the phone right now. Meg, great to have you on the program here. The launch yesterday, about 300,000 downloads is what I saw. You guys are going for short bites in a new style of content. Tell me how the first 48 hours is going.
Yeah, well, we're very excited about our day one performance, and we're number 3 in the Apple App Store in terms of most downloaded apps, and we're number 2 in the entertainment segment. So we're pretty excited about it. It's it's been a challenge to launch in this environment, as you might imagine, but it's been great. Thank you for asking.
You have a lot of competition and obviously a high bar, as we saw Apple's launch, Disney's launch for their streaming services over the past year. But you're very different here. You're targeting a different style of consumption, both through the actual physical phone as opposed to traditional TVs. But you're also going to be held, I imagine, to some degree of the same standard in terms of where advertisers want to put their money. So what are the metrics you're going to be using to gauge your success next to peers?
Yeah. Well, I think we do compete, I think, with some of the streaming services for entertainment dollars, but we are mobile only. So you can only watch Quibi on your phone, and it is in, as you say, quick bites, hence the name Quibi, in that every chapter or every episode is less than 10 minutes. So it's for your in-between moments, maybe now today, in between Zoom calls, originally conceived as, on the go, whether you're commuting or at a doctor's office or waiting for friends for lunch. So it's a very different use case. And you probably know that a lot of the big streaming services, less than 10% of their viewing takes place on mobile. And so our challenge was, how do you make fantastic Hollywood quality content designed to look fantastic on your mobile phone? So we created a technology platform and a way of shooting that content that optimizes viewing on mobile. And then, to answer your question, at the end, the most important metric for us will be net paid subscribers. Because with that, we have obviously subscription revenue and then, of course, an audience for our advertisers. And you asked about advertisers. What they were excited about is they can reach now a millennial audience on the go, on their mobile phone, where millennials spend a ton of time, as you well know, in a brand-safe environment. Because nothing gets on this platform that we don't approve. There's no user-generated content. It's all programmed by us, and we commission the best quality content from the best studios in the country.
I've seen some of the functionality that is pretty cool. As you mentioned, the way it's shot, you can watch horizontally, get a different perspective by watching vertically that actually changes the video. What does that mean for the production side? From a production house, how have they approached this? Is it more expensive, less expensive? There's a lot of different style here of camera work. What does it mean in terms of their expectations for price, viewership, all of that?
Yeah. So it has to be shot differently, because what the creators have to do is they have to give us 2 edits. They have to give us an edit that is landscape and one that is in portrait. Now, virtually all of these are still shot with one camera, but they have a very clear eye of what is this shot going to look like in portrait, what it's going to look like in landscape, and then making sure they get enough footage that if they need to augment either the landscape or the portrait version, they do. They deliver us 2 cuts, and we stitch it together to show you either the portrait view or the landscape view, depending on how you're holding your phone. We know how you're holding your phone because of the gyroscope in your phone. And for our movies and chapters, it's about the same cost as a normal Hollywood production, usually up to $100,000 a minute, $6 million an hour. So it's about the same cost, maybe a little bit more in edit because they have to do 2 edits, but not so much more. And then also our alternative and unscripted documentaries are less expensive, and the daily essentials are less expensive than that. But it's actually very consistent with what the creators in Hollywood would expect their cost to be.
Meg, just real quick, last point here. Do you have to have a long horizon in which people are still glued to their phones, or is there potential of culture change where people, maybe after this event, are ready to get out and stop staring at their devices so much? Do you worry that we're at peak digital engagement?
Well, we may be at peak digital engagement, but I think when people do get back out of their houses, which we ultimately will, we will get through this, is people will be on the go again, on the move, commuting, standing in a line at Starbucks for a cup of coffee, waiting for a friend for lunch, waiting for an appointment someplace, and they have 10 minutes here and there, and we hope they'll watch Quibi. and see the quality of content and the fun that they can have on Quibi.
Meg Whitman, appreciate you being with us here. I know you're very busy right now with the launch of the app. Congratulations on the launch. Quibi is the platform. Meg Whitman is the CEO.